Should you do campus visits? Well, personally, I never visited the campuses at any of these Ivy League schools before I applied, and I did perfectly fine. I ended up going to Princeton for my undergraduate education, but that was also well over 17 years ago when I applied. Nowadays, the criteria for admissions is much more competitive, and if you have a chance to visit the campus, I would still highly recommend it as a college admissions consultant. So, should you do campus visits? Yes, because it shows demonstrated interest. But do keep in mind that at the end of the day, this counts for a very small part of the admissions process. But if you do visit the campus, you could show demonstrated interest in different ways. So let's talk about how. So when you visit the campus, there's a form or tour that you could sign up for. Right? They'll tour you around the school. It's usually people working at the admissions offices. If not the admissions officers themselves, there's definitely student or potential admissions readers who will tour you around the school. And so you definitely want to put your name down on that list that you took the tour, that you visited the school. Put your name, last name, phone number, and email to make sure that they know that you visited the school. Just by logging down that information makes a marginal difference when it comes to demonstrating interest. And take the tour, right? Visit the school with your family, your friends, and see how you like it and see if it's the right fit for you. The next thing you want to do is you definitely want to network a little bit. You're already in the admissions office, you're taking a tour, you should ask if you could, speak to a admissions officer to learn more about the school, learn more about what the school has to offer. And so by networking this way, you could get the admissions officer's email or card, and after you learn more about the school, network a little bit, you want to send them an email stating how interested in the school you are. Thank them for taking the time to share more about the program of the school. Say you really love their academic curriculum, you're an aspiring engineer or physics or political science major, and you really think this school is an institution where you could see yourself thriving. So by sending this email, you already made and established a connection with the admissions officer. And then throughout the year, sometimes admissions officers will visit your school. So if they do visit your school, do let them know that you're more than happy to show them around the area, or do let them know that you would love to meet with them, to give them an update on where you stand academically, and also to get more information about the school and the admissions process. All of this is really just networking and establishing these connections. I have had some students in the past who make these connections. Even one of my students actually went to dinner with one of the admissions officers in a group setting. They were able to do that because the admissions officer was in the area, and obviously it was in a group setting. There were other people there as well, but they were able to make these connections because of the contacts that they had made and connection that they had made earlier. So these things help, right? If you think about it, these admissions officers really sorting and filtering through thousands, right? Tens of thousands of applications. But the fact that they remember you, and especially if your profile and your application ends up being really strong, right? You're a 4.0, 1550 plus SAT score student. Obviously, this gives them more of a reason to admit you, even though there's thousands of other students with 4.0s and 1550s who didn't make these connections, right? It gives you a leg up on the competition. Another thing that I would like to mention is you could mention this briefly in the supplemental essays. In the supplemental essays of these schools, they ask, why do you want to attend our school, right? How do you plan to take advantage of the academic or extracurricular opportunities at our school? So what you could do is write a sentence like, while you were visiting Harvard or Stanford, you were flabbergasted to learn more about their incredible offering in computer science or political science and government, and you even attended a talk by so-and-so faculty where it really motivated you to pursue this field. Obviously, you don't want to come across as pandering to the university, but you want to state from a genuine perspective why you really wanted to attend. And you can mention this briefly in the supplemental essays. So these are different ways that you could demonstrate interest in the school by establishing these connections earlier on. And this could be accomplished by really visiting the school. Obviously, this requires a lot more work and a lot more initiative. Is it necessary to do this? No. Like I said, I've never visited any of these schools before I applied. I just straight up applied, and that was it. But obviously, when acceptance rates are in the low single digits these days, every bit counts. So these are different ways in which you could demonstrate interest in the school and to really increase your odds of admission. If you like what we had to say today, we're more than happy to share more tips and advice on the college admissions process. So give us a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.